Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. I'm out here in Koreatown continuing on with my Korean barbecue food tour covering some of the best Korean spots in Los Angeles. This is an ambitious, unprecedented series on the best Korean barbecue restaurants in this city going consecutively, and I'm on episode number 5 right now covering another hot spot in Los Angeles at this restaurant called Ssam Korean BBQ. This is actually a fairly new Korean barbecue restaurant, but this one is pretty special. Not only do they specialize in high quality meats, but they also are very known for what's called their ssam or ssambap, which is veggie wraps. Veggie wraps with meat and kimchi and rice, and you can put a lot of different things in there. It's very traditional, it's very feel good, very good comfort food. I'm so excited to try this here at what some people call the best Ssam barbecue spot in Los Angeles. So if you want to see yet another great Korean barbecue spot here in Los Angeles, then you must stick all the way to the end of this episode. You don't want to miss out on this, as I'm going to show you another spectacular barbecue spot in Los Angeles. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, because I put out these food videos weekly, and now since I'm putting out Korean barbecue restaurants, you don't want to miss out on any of that. So go ahead, do that right now, and in the meantime, I'm gonna go in, and it is lunchtime, so stay tuned. They got a lot of rockin' things going on back here. Of course, they have all the beef and the pork that they're cutting up all fresh when the customers order it. And they even have a machine that makes naengmyeon. You know, I gotta tell you this also, this restaurant specializes in the cold noodles naengmyeon, so obviously it's really good here. They have a process on how they make it from beginning to end, and I'm gonna show you all of this to you right now. I think this is where they actually boil the noodles for the naengmyeon, right? Oh, I've never seen anything like this before. This is so cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the machine cuts the noodles, and then it goes in and boils for just a little bit, and then it's done. And they're going to wash it and make it really cold. It has to be very cold. This is the broth.
Yes.
Okay. Is it cold?
Yeah.
Cold broth. Yep, cutting off a little bit of the fat. Once you order it, they cut it. They cut it and they bring it to your table. It looks so delicious. I like it when it's thick like that, because once you barbecue it at the table, it comes out so perfect. So here is my large beef combo. Doesn't it look so epic? This is the beef brisket right here. This is something you always should eat as the first one when you're cooking. And check this out, guys. We got the ribeye going on here as part of the beef combo. And they got the marinated short rib, which is the kalbi. And this one, I believe, is the rib, finger meat, I believe. And that one, I ordered it separately. This is their premium pork belly, samgyeopsal. Overall, this is gonna be so nice. And these are also some of the other things that come out with the menu as well. For example, the kimchi soup or kimchi jjigae. And we got the steamed egg. It is still steaming, it looks great. And this is the miso bean paste soup, or in Korean, you call it doenjang jjigae. Okay, this is all the vegetables that come with it. Let me tell you, this is not just filler food or things for your health. This is a crucial part of your dining experience, since this restaurant specializes in veggie wraps. So this, you're gonna need it with your meats. Got the lettuce in here, and we got the cilantro, serrano peppers, even the perilla leaf in the bottom, and some other stuff in here as well. This is gonna be such an exciting veggie wrap. The most exciting one you'll ever eat in life. Okay, here are your dipping sauces and salts, beginning with the salt all the way to the right. The center one, which has a creamy white color, is what they call the wasabi sauce. That's very interesting to me. I don't know if I've had that before. And the one all the way to the left is a very traditional beef brisket sauce that adds a nice sweetness to the meat. Greasing up that grill with the beef fat. Oh man. Round number 1. The beef brisket, the chado. I always say this, not just in this video, but in other videos too. This is what you always have to have in the beginning. Remember folks, lighter flavor and texture at the beginning to the heavier marinated meats at the end. That flame is really attacking that beef from the bottom. Let me tell you, this is going to cook in no time. This cooks very fast since the meat is so thin, so watch it. But thankfully here at this restaurant, they are going to cook the meat so that it's perfectly cooked all around. So don't worry about having to cook your own meats here. They got your back here. Okay guys, so now I am going to wrap the meat. That's the piece of the lettuce. I took a little bit of the bottom off so it won't be way too crunchy. Some of the beef goes on there. And from here, you can start to put a lot of different things on there. Like you can put some of the ssamjang on here. That paste, you need it for the moistness of it. That's a nice spice kick to this wrap. If you want, you can also put some jalapeno and garlic in there as well. And some people like to put rice in there. So here it is, got my lettuce wrap ready. It's been a while since I've had Korean barbecue this way because I'm always so quick to just jump towards the meat and dip it in the sauce or the salt and have at it. So yeah, it takes a little bit of work, of course, to make this, and it is, of course, a healthier option. But since this restaurant specializes in it, this is the way you gotta do it here at this place. Man. Tastes just like home cooking right there. See, this is so good because you have so many different flavors going on. The softness of the rice, you taste that paste in there with the meat, the crunchiness of the vegetable that's very refreshing since it's cold. It's comfort food, really awesome Korean comfort food. But here's the thing, how many of these wraps do you think you can actually wrap and eat during your whole meal? That's the question. Next one, the ribeye steak. Look at how thick that steak is. It looks so beautiful. The finger meat is going on as well. And this is totally okay because both of them are non-marinated, so they can totally cook together. Yeah, like brothers and sisters on the grill. Giving it a nice cut all around and let it cook for just a little bit more after that. Whoa, you see all the pinkness in the center? Yeah, that's the reason why you need to cut it up and cook it a little bit more, unless you really want to eat your steak pretty much rare, which I don't usually like to do. I think I'm gonna cook mine more to like medium, something like that. So as you can tell, guys, it is really cooking now. So now we're at a point where we're kind of like stir frying it on the grill. That's the actual ribeye itself. So we're gonna give it more cutting action and back to cooking it a little bit more. All right, so here we go, guys, with the wrap with the steak this time, using a different leaf, the Kenny Perilla leaf. That steak, once again, it's very soft, it melts in your mouth, has a beautiful buttery taste to it. Bam! The pork belly. It is time to eat some pork. It is sizzling. As usual, the cutting action, because this, you should eat it bite-sized, because we're gonna take these and put it in the lettuce wraps once again. Okay, so the pork, I like it usually about charred, so that looks about right. And kimchi always makes this good. So obviously, kimchi, pork, match made in heaven, so obviously they can't be separated, even in the lettuce wraps as well. Really great tasting wrap. The dandelion vegetables and the cilantro, kimchi, all of it is so perfect together. This pork is really good in this wrap. As good as the beef is in this wrap, the pork is just as good in this wrap as well. I love it. Yum. All right, so here we go with the last one. This is the marinated short ribs, the kalbi, which is always a traditional classic favorites in Korean barbecue. And I expect nothing less of greatness here at Ssam BBQ. complaints. What more can I say? Tastes great. So I'm ending off my meal, and this is something you should eat all the way at the end so you don't get full. This is the naengmyeon, their cold noodle, cold buckwheat noodle, which I heard is a specialty here at this restaurant. So this is something you should not miss out on. That's why I had to try it today. And the good thing about this is that even if it sits around for 10-15 minutes, it's still gonna taste fine, unlike ramen. In fact, it absorbs most of the flavor if you let it sit for just a little while. Wow, it tastes great. The noodles, it's very chewy. It's hard to break apart. That's why you have to cut it, and even if it goes into your mouth, you have to chew it for quite a bit in order to break it apart and to swallow it. But it is extremely refreshing since it's cold, like ice cold. That's how cold it is. If you never had buckwheat noodles in a restaurant before, like these cold Korean noodles they called naengmyeon, try it at least once. You'll be surprised to see how great of a noodle dish that this is to try in a Korean restaurant. So guys, I am stuffed. I am so full. That was a lot of food, and I showed you what's some of the most popular things that you can eat here at this restaurant. Definitely get that big beef combo, because 80% of the customers here order that beef combo. And then their pork belly is also really good. Their naengmyeon is pretty good as well. I've been here to this restaurant in the past, but I kind of forgot how it tastes like. And after today, I can honestly say it is fantastic here. This place is so good. It's kind of a little bit more on the old school side in terms of the presentation and the ambiance, but it is really good. Really great tasting, high quality beef and pork and all these other things that they got going on here. So if you are looking for a great Korean barbecue restaurant here in Koreatown, especially one that specializes in the vegetable wraps and even got the other wraps that you can do as well, this is the restaurant you got to check out in Koreatown, Ssam BBQ restaurant. So check it out, guys, because this place, like I said, no words to describe. It is so fantastic. You know, a lot of the people that I know love this place as well. It's one of the highest recommendations of Korean barbecue. So yeah, come here for some really good old-fashioned Korean barbecue, and you have the vegetable wraps, and you are good to go to have a unique and traditional dining experience. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you enjoy what I'm doing here on the show, give me a thumbs up. Also comment on the section below if you've been to this place before. I'd love to hear your story. What are your thoughts on the food here? And also, like I said, please subscribe, because I'm putting out some more of these awesome Korean barbecue food videos you don't want to miss out on. There's plenty of more coming that I'm going to show you that you absolutely must see. So hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and you'll be all set to get these alerts. Anyways, I hope you have a rockin' day today, folks, and that you'll try some of this rockin' Korean barbecue here at Ssam BBQ restaurant in the future. And be sure to also check out the other videos on my screen so that you can see some of my other food adventures all around LA. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.